Energy exchange and wealth. Free versus exchange. Value creation. Prosperity as circulation. Spiritual economics. The vibration of receiving. Receiving as an identity, daily habits, mindset shift, alignment. The vibration of receiving is a subtle yet powerful energetic field that is less about what one gets and more about who one becomes in the process of allowing, aligning, and accepting. It is not just a temporary emotional state, but an identity, an internal posture through which reality can flow towards you without resistance, guilt, or fear. And learning this identity means recognizing that receiving is not merely the final step of manifestation, but a continuous relational dynamic between you and the universe, where the universe is always broadcasting opportunities, signals, support, abundance, ideas, people, and resources. And the question is not whether it is offering, but whether you are able to receive. Most people unconsciously adopt an identity of the one who tries, the one who hopes, the one who asks, or even the one who lacks, but rarely cultivate the identity of the one who receives. Because receiving requires an energetic configuration that feels safe with expansion, safe with visibility, safe with being chosen, safe with being supported, safe with having more, and safe with being seen having more. And while these dynamics sound simple, they are psychologically layered, woven through culture, upbringing, trauma, belief systems, and body memory, which is why the shift into receiving vibration requires more than intellectual understanding. It demands a repatterning of self-perception, nervous system safety, money stories, worthiness narratives, and the subtle habit of resistance that many people don't realize they live in. Resistance operates when someone dismisses compliments, minimizes achievements, declines opportunities, procrastinates on steps that would lead to success, feels discomfort when attention comes their way, sabotages financial growth, or stays addicted to struggle, because struggle feels familiar and therefore emotionally safer than ease. But the vibration of receiving dissolves that pattern by normalizing ease, normalizing being supported, normalizing saying yes, and normalizing alignment. And alignment here is not a poetic idea, but a functional inner coherence, where beliefs, desires, emotions, identity, and behavior all point in the same direction without contradiction. Because you cannot vibrationally receive something that you subconsciously fear, judge, reject, or feel unworthy of. For example, a person can consciously desire money, but subconsciously believe that wealth causes selfishness or disconnection, and so their identity vibrates at the level of "I want it, but I cannot be the kind of person who has it." And the universe reads identity, not words, so the signal transmitted is not "bring me money," but "protect me from the identity conflict money would create," which is why the vibration of receiving starts with identity, shifting from the one who wants to the one who has. And identity shifts through repetition, embodiment, environment, and micro-behaviors, not merely affirmations. Daily habits matter because vibration is trained through practice, not events. And receiving as a daily habit might look like allowing others to help you, accepting compliments without deflection, letting money come through multiple avenues without guilt, choosing opportunities that feel aligned instead of safe, responding to invitations with curiosity instead of fear, and listening to intuitive nudges before rational excuses shut them down. And these micro-habits gradually teach the nervous system that expansion is safe, and safety is crucial because the nervous system is the gatekeeper of manifestation. If something is perceived as unsafe, it will not be allowed in, no matter how much you want it. This is why people say they want love but run from vulnerability, or say they want success but procrastinate visibility tasks, because receiving requires exposure, exposure to attention, exposure to potential judgment, exposure to responsibility, exposure to intimacy, and exposure to transformation. And this is where alignment becomes both psychological and vibrational. To align means to remove inner conflict between desire and identity, between want and worthiness, between dreaming and allowing, and between asking and accepting. The vibration of receiving also involves letting go of control, because receiving requires openness to timing, form, and pathways that the mind cannot predict. And the mind often resists this because the mind seeks control for safety. But receiving is inherently collaborative. You set the intention, but you do not micromanage the universe. Daily practices that support this include visualization of already having what you desire, gratitude for what is already present, somatic grounding to regulate the nervous system, environment curation to normalize abundance, and identity statements like I allow, I welcome, I receive, spoken not as affirmations of lack, but as declarations of self-permission. Another dimension of receiving is clearing the habit of refusing help, refusing compliments, refusing payments, refusing love, refusing rest, refusing good news, and refusing intuitive yeses, because each refusal reinforces the identity of the one who doesn't receive, and identity is built through repetition. So the antidote is to practice micro-receiving every day, such as letting someone open the door for you, letting yourself take a nap when tired instead of pushing through, letting yourself buy something nice without guilt, letting yourself be appreciated without shrinking, and letting money stay with you instead of immediately repelling it through impulsive spending or self-sabotage. The vibration of receiving also intersects with self-worth, because you can only receive at the level you believe you deserve. So if your worth is conditional on performance, productivity, perfection, or sacrifice, then your receiving will be conditional too. But if your worth becomes inherent, your receiving becomes effortless. And here, alignment means aligning with the truth that worth is not earned but expressed, not taken but recognized, not proven but embodied. This shift dissolves scarcity consciousness, which is rooted in the belief that there is not enough, that you must fight or compete to receive, that others receiving reduces your share. But the vibration of receiving is abundance-based and understands that the universe expands to match consciousness and that opportunities multiply for those who are open. A daily receiving identity may include journaling prompts like, where did I receive today? What did I decline that I actually wanted? Where did I feel unsafe with abundance? What would the version of me who receives easily do next? And these reflections create awareness, and awareness creates choice, and choice creates identity shifts. At its core, the vibration of receiving is the vibration of yes. Yes to expansion, yes to worthiness, yes to support, yes to visibility, yes to abundance, yes to joy, yes to alignment, yes to being the one who has, not just the one who wants. And when that yes becomes natural rather than forced, the universe responds accordingly, not because it suddenly started giving, but because you finally started allowing.